Buenos dias and welcome to my YouTube channel here at Benidorm and beyond. I produce entertaining, fun and informative vlogs about the fantastic resort of Benidorm where I've lived for well over 20 years now, so please come along and join me on my regular Spanglish adventures. And don't forget to leave me a comment, like or emoji, or to just simply share this vlog or subscribe to the channel to help spread the word about Benidorm and beyond and get more upbeat vlogs about this beautiful tourist city out there in the world. Today's vlog comes in the form of a latest news update, and this bulletin brings you a trio of news items about all things Benidorm that have happened here in the past week or so. My first story brings news of a local crime wave, with reports that over the first weekend of the year, Benidorm local police officers arrested two young men, aged 20 and 22, accused of committing a recent series of robberies in the Rincon de Loix area, with more than 50 thefts from cars having taken place. The pair were arrested in the early hours of Saturday to Sunday during a surveillance patrol, and whilst travelling along one of the streets, the policeman observed that there was a stationary vehicle with its lights on, but with no one inside. After approaching the car, they saw marks on the windows and other signs that the car had been broken into, so they began to speak to local residents and neighbours in case anyone had seen anything suspicious. One of them was able to provide them with a description of two people he had seen hanging around the area, and with this information the police finally managed to locate the two young men accused of the crimes. At the time of their arrest, both were carrying numerous objects that had allegedly been stolen hours before, such as mobile phones, headphones, cash, several sets of keys to vehicles and private homes, and a high-end jacket, as well as a watch, lighters and a torch, along with other essentials to carry out the robberies, such as tools and gloves to avoid leaving fingerprints. After conducting the pertinent proceedings, the two arrested men were placed at the disposal of the Benidorm Duty Court. The spokesperson for the local police, Kike Tortosa, celebrated the successful end of this special surveillance patrol, which was aimed at ending concerns amongst the residents of the Rincon de Loix area. My second story brings more positive news, with the statistic that Benidorm has grown in residents in the last year with an increase of 2,604 people. This means it's reached a total of 72,342 official inhabitants as of January the 1st, 2023, according to the latest figures from the official register published by the National Institute of Statistics. Among the reasons for this growth, the largest in years, is the development of urban areas such as the Poniente, as well as the increase in benefits for people who decide to register as residents. Our municipality is one of those in the Alicante province that is growing the most in population figures, with it now having surpassed the barrier of 72,000 inhabitants for the first time since 2013. In recent years, with the exception of 2020, it had always been below 70,000 people registered. So what's the reason for more than 2,000 people to have enrolled in just 1 year? Reports say that on the one hand, the real estate growth that Benidorm is still seeing has naturally led to an increase in the number of residents, and this is particularly the case in the Poniente area of town, where the number of skyscrapers has grown, as you'll no doubt have seen as you look out from your airport transfer into resort, and seen so many new buildings soaring into the sky. Although many of the buyers of these often luxury new homes have chosen to use them as second residences, many have decided to stay and have therefore been included in the census. In addition, many people have been encouraged to finally register due to various incentive schemes laid on by the City Council, such as the Benidorm Citizens Card or the Town Hall Pre-Christmas Voucher Scheme, which I recently reported on, as well as the obvious advantages such as being able to access healthcare, with the extra push of people signing on to the Padrón, similar to the electoral roll, meaning that more foreigners have now chosen to register than ever before. And of course, it then follows that the more people that are registered in a city, then the more funds are allocated from the central and regional governments to expand or improve services, with Benidorm's Mayor, Tony Perez, highlighting that we're a city that attracts residents and where many people of all ages and conditions come to live. The goal of 75,000 registered inhabitants, however, which has been the Town Hall's goal for many years, has still yet to be achieved. And with that in mind, even more info campaigns are planned in the near future, especially those aimed at non-Spanish nationals, to persuade them to complete the procedure and learn about all the advantages of belonging to the City Council's registry. My third and final story stays on a positive note, you'll be pleased to hear, bringing the news that the much talked about construction of the Grand Delphine project over in La Cala, Benidorm's seaside neighbouring suburb, has finally been given the go-ahead. The The construction licence, issued by the Benidorm City Council authorities after a rigorous and exhaustive process, confirms the project's compliance with all urban planning regulations and standards, meaning that the new Grand Delphine, to be located on the front line of the Poniente Beach, will take the place of the legendary Grand Hotel Delphine, which opened back in 1963. The Grand Hotel Delphine was seen as iconic in its time, the early 60s, when Benidorm first experienced its boom of mass tourism, and was considered the ultimate in luxury, often attracting artists and celebrities. The first owner, Felipe Pastor Gonzalez, took a gamble in the summer of 1957 when he bought a plot of land for sale along the Poniente. And it's said that he told his wife that she was treading on gold when she walked on the land, which was pretty much a visionary statement at the time, as Benidorm was still a small town back then, with a population of just 3,000 and hardly any urban developments. 5 years later, when construction began, the population had doubled and there were 22 hotels in the area. The new skyscraper on this site will be some 158 metres high, over 44 floors, and be built by the Goya Real Estate Group, combining a hotel along with exclusive residences. The 100 privately owned apartments that will be created will all have sea views, with a design reminiscent of the shape of two sails joined by a mast. The part of the Grand Delphine used to create a hotel enclave will offer exclusive services such as a sauna, spa, lobby, gym, yoga and Pilates area, as well as co-working spaces, gardens and sky gardens, tennis courts, a social club, a restaurant and swimming pool. The homeowners inside the Grand Delphine private residences and hotel building, to give it its full name, will also be able to enjoy the hotel services, with the only difference being that they will have their own hall with independent access, along with their own swimming pools, sky gardens and exclusive areas to guarantee their privacy and tranquility. A further advantage to residents that choose to buy in this luxury tower will be that the homes will be granted tourist use licenses, allowing the owners to rent them for all types of holiday stays without restrictions, generating useful extra income. While some may argue that Benidorm and its immediate surrounding areas have more than enough towering buildings to last a lifetime, I think that the project looks amazing, and I for one wouldn't mind living in this beautiful and prime location given the opportunity, with such gorgeous views all around and Benidorm and La Cala literally at my feet, but I think that unless I win the Spanish lottery anytime soon, it will just be a pipe dream for me. This story concludes today's news bulletin update, and I hope that you've enjoyed listening along to it with me. If you have, then please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my other regular vlogs, which include detailed and info-packed street and beachfront walks of Benidorm's most popular hotels with a fly-on-the-wall look inside and out, and reviews on cafes, bars and new businesses, as well as lots more updates, news and info. I'll see you out and about next time, and thanks so much for watching as always. Bye for now, adios, and catch you all again soon. Cheers!